continue working, but on the business side, it's all about the relationships. So I think wiser investing and building your business, focused around relationships. See, I was always worried about the deal. I thought that's what you were supposed to do, is try to make deals happen, and you are, but it's more so about when the client's ready, and that you've become their best friend, and you just happen to be a realtor.
Yeah. It seems like, especially when I first got in the business in 2005, Mike Ferry was the rage through the 90s and in the early 2000s. And it was just like, hey, let's get the deal. Let's get the contract signed. And for a little bit, I had burned through clients myself just by getting contracts signed. For sell by owners, I sold over 40 in 1 year, and I only did business with maybe, I don't know, 5 or 6 of them beyond that. Right? It wasn't relationship based. So what have you done to shift to more focus on relationships since 2005?
Well, it's a mindset. It's not necessarily like I always cold called, I always did mail outs, I always do emails. I mean, I haven't changed any of the fundamental actions I'm taking. I've just changed my mindset from I'm trying to figure out how to do a deal with this person to how can I make this person feel comfortable with me, and how can I make this person like me as a person. Um, it's more of a mindset change than a fundamental actions change.
One of the questions I always have my team ask, and I'm always asking in our stand-up meeting, is what can we do to go create value for our people, right? Like, it's all about servicing others. It doesn't even matter. It could be someone at the checkout stand of the bank, or it could be at the grocery store, it could be a customer, could be somebody as a past client, right? Serving those people. So fast forward, now where are you at? 2017, we're coming up to we're in the fourth quarter now. Congratulations, by the way. You said this month, is it this month you'll be breaking the $1 million GCI mark, or is that next month?
Yep, October, this month.
And that's the first time you've ever done that. Is that right?
First time I ever did it.
Awesome. Congratulations. So as you look to finish up the year, obviously above $1 million in GCI, what does that take your mind to see what's possible for 2018?
Nowhere. I don't look at the numbers, or I wouldn't be here. I'm always like, I have an analogy about keeping my cup full, right?
Yeah.
Like, my cup represents how much I can handle.
Yeah.
I want to keep that sucker full. I want more than I can handle on my plate at all times. If I'm less than that, then I'm not going to reach my full potential. So I don't necessarily focus on the results, or that I'm going to make 2 million next year, or I'm going to sell 300 properties. I'm more concerned with doing every single thing I can do to help as many people as I can help every single day, and maximizing how many people I can help, and how I can get the word out about the fact that I actually care about people. So how can I, show the world, and more particularly my specific market, how much I actually care about people, and I'm not out for the deal, but I actually want to help them with whatever their goals are, in terms of they want to buy a new house because, their daughter just went to college and they need to downsize, or their mom just died and they need to sell the house, or they got a new job so they need to sell here and buy 3 hours away. I want to help them achieve those goals, that underlying, life goals that they have going on, that's bringing up the fact that they need to buy or sell something.
Awesome. So as you shifted, obviously you're like, hey, keep my cup full. How can I serve others? How can I create value for others, so that when buy and sell pops up, I'm the guy that everyone thinks about? How has your branding, because obviously sales is different than marketing and branding, how has your marketing and branding shifted the last 5 years as technology shifted?
Well, to be honest with you, I didn't start using social media till this year.
Okay.
January this year was when I really got my hands dirty, because I never used it. Everything I've done has been focused around circle prospecting, emails, postcards, letters, phone calls, and just taking care of people. And so, if you look at a lot of my, like, if you pull up my Zillow reviews, there's nothing there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not. I've never been the online guy, the social guy, and the social media guy, and all that stuff. But this year, I really said, okay, I need to this is a for real thing. I need to step my game up there. So um, nothing has really changed in the last 5 years until January. And that's where I started using social media, created a business page. So it takes a lot of time away from other things, right? Like when you first start doing social media, you find yourself on your phone a lot more, posting pictures and doing stuff like that. You're working, but you're taking time away from all these other activities that have been so successful for me. And so it in the beginning, it's kind of
Yeah.
scary to take time away from things that actually have been working so good for you, but you have to, it's just like making phone calls. A lot of people are scared to make phone calls. You have to go through that. You have to bust through that fear to get to the other side where you realize that it's worth it.
Yep.
It's the same thing with social media stealing time away from you. As long as you're not surfing social media, and spying on your friends and all that stuff, and actually working on social media to try to build a brand, and you just have to break through that. So that's been a thing for me this year. But I'm starting to settle into my zone of, it's okay to spend time there because it's working. Um, I've sold a handful of properties this year and gotten hella publicity. Like my brand has really benefited, and it's going to continue to benefit, year over year from social media. So, um, I don't know. I
So,
guess that answers your
so let me
question.
ask. So you're heavy. You've added in social media this year, but you haven't taken away what you were doing. Is that right? You just added social media to the mix.
Right,
Okay.
right. Which is tough for a lot of people, because, a lot of people can only handle so much. But, I'm a single agent. I don't have a team of people, right? It's just me. I have an assistant, but she handles all the processing of deals and MLS stuff and listings, and I mean all the regular administrative stuff. All the real true marketing ideas and marketing work is done by me. So it can be tough, but it's really something you have to do because Facebook's cheap. You can get to so many people in your area. Um, for very cheap. And to me, I don't know anything about you guys or what you teach and stuff, but I feel like Facebook is to me a lot more for branding.
Yep.
Um, as opposed to just trying to get people to list or trying to get people to buy. And it's more like branding, I'm here if you need something. Same way I've really started to build my business after the crash.
Yeah.
That's how I handle people in real life too.
Awesome. So yeah, my take on social media is simple. I think there's two ways to really target social media. One is you can directly surf for leads, which is you're going to get colder leads, people that don't know who you are, lead capture type thing. Well, that's one way. I think that's easier to monitor your return on investment that way. I don't do it that way. The other way that I focus on, I think, is a lot like you in the sense of we brand ourselves in front of the people that know us and like us and trust us, and we continue to make sure we're in front of people, right? We're light years ahead
Yeah.
of our local market when it comes to social media. And it doesn't necessarily someone types in because they saw this video and they want to buy with me or sell with me, but it's because they saw every one of my videos or they saw my name pop up all the time, or they saw our sales, the WGR sales team in front of them, through postcard, through email, through phone calls, through AdWords, Google remarketing AdWords, as we follow them around the internet, right? It's about staying in front of them because right now, and maybe you've noticed this, and we can talk about this, is there is an amazing amount of information flowing through the internet right now. And so this affects us two ways. Number one is it's affecting us, it's clogging our system if we're surfing it, if we're consuming it, if we're wasting time on it. But number two is our customers, the people we're branding in front of, are getting splashed with so much information. We've got to stay ahead of the patterns and disrupt those patterns. So let's talk about that. What are you specifically doing to protect yourself from being bombarded with all the information that's coming on social media to still be there but not get bogged down from it?
You mean like as I'm looking at social media, things distracting me?
Correct. How do you stay in being the producer versus the consumer?
Uh, I'm so producer minded. Like, I'm just so focused. There's only one thing that's on my mind all day, and that's getting better, producing. Um, the stuff that I consume, I'm subscribed to a few YouTube channels, I'll watch a little here and there at whenever I need to. It's not like whenever I'm working on my Facebook page and I see an ad, I don't even see that stuff. It's almost just, I mean, it's just not even there. It's a funny thing, like seat belts, the seatbelt
Yeah.
dinger, when you don't wear your seatbelt, I don't hear that. And I'll ride with somebody or have somebody in my truck that it drives them crazy. And they're like, you don't hear that? And I'm like, no, I don't hear it, because my mind is so
Yeah.
focused all the time. Same thing with the ads. I just don't pay them any attention. I have I don't need anything. Like if somebody's trying to sell me something, it's like, I don't need it. When I need it, then I'll go find
Yeah.
it, kind of thing. So I don't know. A lot of people don't like all the ads. And I mean, I talked to a lady the other day. She's like, I don't even get on Facebook anymore, all the ads
Yeah.
and this and that. And, but I just don't pay attention to it. So to answer your question, I'm just super focused.
Super focused, and that means you have a burning desire, a hunger to do a specific thing. What is it that you're most hungry for right now?
Well, really, a lot of things, but legacy has really been on my mind a lot because, I've worked so hard and so long, and it's been my dream to make $1 million in a
Yeah.
year. And I made 750 last year, 600 the year before, 600 the year before that. Um, I've steadily climbed up, and really, when you want something so bad and then you finally get there, then you realize that this isn't as, grand as you thought it was going to be,
Yeah.
right? So now that I've accomplished a lot of the financial things I want to accomplish, now there's huge financial things I want to accomplish, of course, but now I'm seeing the other side of it, the side that's not money related,
Mm-hmm.
which is legacy, like how do people think about you? What are they going to say when you're gone? What did you leave behind? I don't have
Yeah.
kids yet, but those are the kind of things that's big on my mind right
I
now.
think